looks like so far things are working. Hi everybody. I'm going to give you a few minutes just to all log in and join me tonight. Because I know we have that little time delay that plays tricks on me. I'm talking and I don't see anybody there, but then by the time you log on, you're seeing the beginning and I'm talking to myself, even though you're there. So anyway, deep breath. Hi everyone, I'm Marcy Geller. This is Square Peg Chat, and it is Monday, November 30th, 2015. Wow, last day of November. It's so bizarre. It feels like, I guess because it was so warm this past weekend, that all of a sudden everything is speeding up and time is flying by me. I mean, sometimes it always feels that way, but it feels that way right now just because today it got so cold. So I'm sitting here with my tea so I can stay warm and not chatter, other than verbally chatter. And get settled in here for our little weekly discussion. So I hope everybody had a fabulous Thanksgiving. I had a lovely, lovely, lovely Thanksgiving. It was remarkably drama-free. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a family holiday that was drama-free? Well, it was. And, you know, that was part of what instigated me choosing this topic for this week, because I was thinking about how easy and smooth and lovely and warm our Thanksgiving celebration was this year. And I've thought about years past when that just wasn't the case. And, you know, as I always say, I always come up with these ideas for topics for the web chat, and then I jot them down. And you know, it's usually on Saturday before I sort of go for a run and try and get that inspiration going of what I'm going to talk about. And this weekend, this topic just seemed very appropriate. So hello people who are starting to log in. If this is your first time, I am your host, Marcy Geller, and this is the right spot. This is the web chat, Square Peg Chat. And if you look above me, there is a mailing list. If you are not on my mailing list already, if you would be so kind as to sign up for the mailing list, that would make me very happy, and it would make it easier for me to stay in contact with you. I've got some really fun, exciting, cool things coming up in the very near future. We'll talk about some of them tonight. Also, if you're watching on a computer or any sort of device, there is a chat function, and everything is always backwards here, so if you're looking at the screen, it's usually to my right is where the chat is. And I just reminded myself, let's put my little chat function on. Hello, hey Dave, hi Anonymous and Dave. Good to see you both. So you guys know the routine. I'm assuming that Me Too is somebody who's been with us before, otherwise you wouldn't say Me Too, right? So you guys know the deal. You know how to chat. You know how to give feedback. And I'm so excited that you're here. And let's dig in. So, quick sip. I tried to do that as a slurpless sip because, you know, I have this thing about, you know, mouth noises, and I definitely don't want to amplify me slurping while you guys are nice enough to share Mondays at 7:30 with me. So our topic was, I'm not that girl / guy anymore, being your authentic self with everybody. And, you know, again, the reason that this topic came up was it was sort of birthed out of that idea that a lot of people go home for Thanksgiving. And when I say home, I mean their childhood home. And it's an interesting thing how in our own lives, in our daily lives, we can feel very clear and very confident, very accomplished in who we are. And all of a sudden you find yourself going home and you find yourself reverting back to everybody else's idea of who you are. So does that make sense? I know for myself that, you know, I have this idea that, you know, I'm a confident professional musician, and then there are certain people, you know, that I'll get around and I become, you know, a child again. I become somebody who's self-conscious, who doesn't have the confidence, who's feeling less than worthy, and, you know, I'm working on those core ideas, you know, that really shape our psyche and how we present ourselves to the world, and also, I believe, what we manifest. You know, I think that, you know, I've been taught recently from this Oprah Chopra thing, you know, your core beliefs are I am loved, I am safe, I am whole, and I am worthy. And, you know, the love and safe thing, I've pretty much gotten that down. You know, I feel very, very confident that I am loved. And I actually feel very confident that I'm safe, which is, I think, a gift given the state of our planet. But the feeling I am whole and I am worthy, there are times when that's absolutely the truth. And then there are times, like I said, when, you know, you can run into somebody from your past and that whole idea of who you are gets shaken in a moment by this other person or this other family member or whoever it is. So, you know, as usual, feel free to chime in and add your 2 cents, 3 cents opinions about it. I just know that I'm working, you know, I talk about this a lot, about that sort of 007 reaction. You know how, like, in the movies, 007 like can have a speeding bullet come at his head and he can just put his hand up, you know, or duck. Like, he's got this instant reflex to do what needs to be done in the moment. And I am on this journey to do the same thing with my psyche, because, you know, it's amazing to me that I can be feeling so in my groove and feeling really good, and then somebody that I think has a perception of me that's different can throw me so easily, and they throw me because I become different. I start acting like the person that I believe they think I am, instead of who I am in this moment in my life. So, have you guys ever experienced anything like that, or are you relating to this concept? I mean, some people are just who they are consistently. They're their authentic self, and nobody rocks their world, and kudos, man. I think that that's such a remarkable accomplishment, to be at a place where you are so fully rooted in who you are that you're unshakable. And I'm aspiring to that, you know. I'm working on becoming the unshakable Marcy. So, I don't know if it's going to be possible to ever, you know, completely fulfill it, you know, or there are always going to be certain people who just shake me up and all of a sudden I'm a blithering idiot. I don't know. So let's see. We've got some comments here. Just saw this on Facebook. Hi, I'm from Port Jefferson. Hi from Port Jefferson. Hey, Port Jeff. You're neighbors, huh? I shouldn't say that, right? Just in case, you know, there are like stalkers or anything. Nah, I think we're pretty safe here on the Square Peg Chat. But hi, Port Jeff. I'm glad that you could tune in, and glad that the Facebook stuff is working, you know. I'm trying to, like, you know, take care of all of these angles that that support my journey and my career as a musician. You know, it's the Facebook, it's the Twitter, it's the website and the newsletters. And, you know, if you just tuned in, I don't know, did you hear the whole topic that we're talking about? Do you have anything to add to it? Do you have any questions? I'll recap briefly. We're talking about how I was thinking about this weekend from Thanksgiving, how first of all, how grateful I am. But that's not what we were talking about. I was talking about how it's so easy to resume the roles of yesteryear, you know, when you're around family particularly, or friends from childhood, how you can feel like this very accomplished person and then all of a sudden, you know, be put into an environment where it jogs some memories and what people's perception of you, and you actually become that perception. So let's see what we've got from Dave. Absolutely, I often feel in this position having to act a certain way in a certain situation. So yes, I can definitely relate. Well, good. So I'm always searching for the ways to get better at being me, and for you guys to get better at being you. Like I've said this 100 times, I'll always say it. I'm not professing to be anybody's guru but my own. I do these chats as a way to explore things that I'm either excited about or challenged by, because I've learned through the whole process of putting out the square peg concept that, like, I always think like I don't fit in, and then I have a million people who tell me, oh, I feel just like that. So maybe we all feel like we don't fit in sometimes. So let's see. Perfect topic for this time of year. Yeah. Well, I figured I would discuss it because now that Thanksgiving is behind us, although the leftovers are still in the fridge, there's more holidays coming, you know. If you're celebrating Hanukkah or Christmas or Kwanzaa or whatever holiday I'm missing, my apologies. You know, whatever situation or circumstances coming up, even a wedding or an anniversary party where you're going to be surrounded by people from your past or people who have known you since childhood, and how it's so easy to fall back into those patterns. You know, I can say, you know, with my sister, there were many years when we just could not be our best selves around each other. You know, we would get together and we were instantly two sisters fighting. And I'm so thankful that we've gotten to a place where not only do we not fight, but I feel like we truly appreciate one another and appreciate our differences, and how great it is to have someone that close that is different than you are, and that you can be proud of that and revel in it and learn from it, you know? My sister has got volumes of wisdom that I'm very, very appreciative. So do you guys want to share any experiences where, you know, you felt yourself sort of sinking back into a role that you thought you were done with? I'm asking deep questions because I think the deeper we poke around, you know, the more we're gonna learn about ourselves and learn about, you know, what we can do to sort of, like I said, get better versions of ourselves, be the best version of ourselves all the time. So anybody want to share anything? And I apologize for doing this. I swear there's like, I kissed the kitty, our kitty cat, before. And I have like, some of her hair is like sticking to my nose and it's tickling me. So I apologize for that little tick that I've been doing. So anybody want to share a moment when you felt yourself revert back to a role that you thought you were done with? You know, whether it's the caretaker or the judge. Ooh, I know I can definitely revert into judge role, and I don't like that role. I'm really working on putting her permanently to sleep, because I do believe in that premise that I always talk about how we walk as an example of the world that we want to live in, and I don't want to be judged for everything I say and do. You know, I want the right to make a mistake here and there without there being consequences. So let's see. There are so many roles we play: work, family, home, friends. It's hard to know who we are exactly. I'm going to let that sink in, because I think that that's a very, very potent observation right there. So give it a second. I'm going to take a sip here. The quiet sip. Yeah, you're right. We do play different roles. You know, if you have a day job situation, you know, I'm guessing that your day job persona is very different than your hang out on the weekend with friends persona, you know. Let's see. Commercial. Oh, boo. L'Oreal hair products. Perfect. All right, so You guys, all right, so I'm going to just say, tell me when the commercials are done. Let's see. All right. I know some of you do see me, but I'm going to, let's see, tell me when commercial is over. Okay. That's me, Sonigund. I don't know, do you guys still hear me? Sometimes I feel like maybe the video goes away, but you still hear me when the commercials play. So, anyway, you'll tell me when it comes back. Okay, me too. Me too. Okay, so you're... Oh, that person has a commercial also. Okay. So you guys will tell me. I'm going to just drink more tea. If you are not seeing a commercial, I'm going to keep talking just in case. Because I thought that was a really interesting point that Anonymous 12981 just stated. Okay, so I don't act, I'm pretty much myself all of the time. Good for you. I think that that's remarkable. And I think that's like something to aspire to. You know, so you're yourself all the time. Do you find that different people respond differently to you if you're consistent? Do you find that like some people like the consistent you and that others don't? I'm just curious. See if you answer. Anonymous 641. I want to go back to that very poignant post about how we play different roles depending on where we are, because I think that that's very true. You know, my musician self is certainly a different person than, you know, the spouse or the sister or the daughter even. You know, I find like with my parents a lot of times, okay, back, good. A lot of times what's interesting lately is I've become sort of like the IT person for my parents, you know. They, you know, have computers and they do use them to a certain extent, but they need some guidance every now and then. So I become the IT person for them. So it's very, very interesting. So let's circle back to the topic at the beginning, just so that we can try and find some sort of resolution, because I would like to get on to the song that I picked for tonight, and I also would love to share some cool stuff with you guys. So let's see. People treat me the same once they get to know me. I think they like the stability. Interesting. That's a very interesting concept, the stability of somebody's personality. I, for one, can definitely resonate with that, because I think one of the things I've said in the past is that I have a very difficult time with personalities that are volatile. Like when somebody is like really sweet and mellow one time, and then the next time I see them they're like kind of like freaking out and all over the place. It sort of throws me, and I know that that's my issue. Like I have to learn that, you know, James Bond 007 kind of reflex, where if somebody's behavior is not what I'm expecting, I'm not expecting that role that they're playing in the moment, that I can find my way to receive them without judgment, and receive them, more importantly, without reaction. You know, I think that it's a natural inclination to have some sort of judgment that goes on in our brain, but it's how we react. And I was thinking about this a lot today. I was thinking about something that we've talked about in the past, like giving yourself that moment to take a deep breath and to really consider what it is that you want to say, how you want to react to somebody, instead of what I tend to do, which is just completely blather at the mouth the minute I have a feeling. So I'm working on it, guys, and I know you are too. That's why we're sharing this time together on Mondays. So something that I wanted to share with you is this coming Sunday, which is the 6th. I gotta check. I think it's someone's coming to visit. Hello, sweetie pie. Katrina wants in on the action. Have you guys met Katrina yet? Katrina is our kitty. If you've known me for any amount of time, you've probably met her because she's like the center of my universe. Anyway, she just left because I'm not feeding her. Whoa, what was that? Okay, I don't know what that was, but all is well. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. This Sunday, December 6th, I am going to be going with a bunch of friends to Rockefeller Center to see the tree, and I want to try and videotape us in front of the tree singing the chorus to one of my songs off of Square Peg, Only Love Matters. Yay! Because we're making a video. And Saturday I'm going up to visit David Buskin, and we're going to actually videotape us singing the whole song through, and then we're going to intercut different scenes, one of which I'm hoping we get good footage of us at the tree at Rock Center. So I'm going to put it out to you guys first, because I am going to do some posting on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, but I'm going to let you guys know first that we're going to probably meet around 8-ish. If you are interested in participating, just hit me up with like a direct message or a tweet, or you know, you can Facebook message me or email me if you know my email address. I would love, love, love to have some of you in the shot and singing the outro of Only Love Matters. If you did not pre-order Square Peg and you don't have a copy of it, I am going to be releasing a single of Only Love Matters this week for free so that you guys can learn it and sing robustly in front of the Rockefeller Center tree. So if you would like to do this, get in touch with me, and we're going to make it happen. All right, we've got a post here. I checked out John Tobacco's Bandcamp site, and there is a good song he sings called Red Room. It says the song was written by Marcy Gill and John Tobacco. Yes, that is me. I saw his name listed on your CD. I met him recently at a Beatles concert in Patchogue. Have you written other songs with him? Yes. Do you know Jim Dexter? Yes. Both of them play your music on USB from time to time. I love your songs. Oh, Anonymous 641. You're like my new favorite person. So yes, yes, yes. Here's a little known fact. Maybe we'll go a few minutes over today. I lived communally in a home, not a home, in a house with a bunch of musicians, one of which became my husband, John. One was John Tobacco, one was Jim Dexter, and the other was Paul Michael Barkan. And we shared the house. We all had our own rooms, obviously, but we also shared a recording studio, and those were some of the most vibrantly creative days of my life. But actually, Red Room, believe it or not, was written way back when I was still living at my parents' house before I had moved out on my own. I met John Tobacco at Backdoor Recording Studio, and he had asked me if I wanted to do a co-write, and I said sure, and he came over, and I had fashioned a recording studio in my bedroom, my childhood bedroom. It was really funny. I don't know what my parents were on when they decorated, but I had like this like flower power wallpaper and orange and red shag rug. Actually, it was orange and pink and red. It was crazy. And then I had like this recording setup. So JT, John Tobacco, came over and we wrote Red Room. Actually, I wrote I was like messing around with I played the music part, and he wrote pretty much all the lyrics, I think. Did you? I don't know if you're tuned in tonight. But yeah, he wrote a lot of the, probably, if not all, most of the lyrics and melody for that song. So, and it's still to this day one of my favorites. I haven't thought about it in a while, so thank you for reminding me. Hello, do you want to say hello to everybody? She's like, no, I want food. But yes, JT and I have written many songs together. Jim Dexter and we wrote a song for my nephew, believe it or not, years ago that we never recorded. So I have to see if he still remembers how it goes. I sort of remember it. But yeah, I've worked with all those guys for a really long time. They're like family. And so let me make my little reminders. Sign up for the mailing list if you're not already on my mailing list, because there are shows coming up and exciting fun things about the new CD. If you are so inspired, there is a tip jar underneath me, and you guys have been really generous. Thank you so much. I know Dave and a bunch of you other guys who are anonymous have been making donations each week. Keep them coming. I'm working on the technology here to make it a little bit slicker, a little more secure, a little bit more reliable, because we've had some technical issues in the past. And I'm going to wrap this up with this song that I wrote a long time ago. It's called Not That Girl Anymore. And I hope it resonates with you guys. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I hope you will join me again next Monday when we will be doing this again. So I guess that would be December 7th, right? Yeah. So anyway, this is called Not That Girl Anymore. Sitting alone in shadows, watching the hours slip from my past. All of the photographs seem like there must be someone else's past. Who is that girl in the mirror, and why does she lie? Hiding my head neath covers. If I am quiet, they won't know I'm here. Under the neighbor's doormat, inside the walls you don't break, over your heads and hanging on my back. Don't you know that I'm not that girl anymore? And I can't be the savior all the time. Don't you know I don't sing that song anymore? So please excuse me if I've let you down, 'cause I've been around and around. Softly I pray for answers. I have to make sure that nobody hears, 'cause if I should stop believing, who put the china out for the guests? And if I reveal my questions, they'll clear out my desk. Don't you know that I'm not that girl anymore? And I can't be the savior all the time. Don't you know I don't sing that song anymore? So please excuse me if I've let you down, 'cause I've been around and around and around. If I fly, then please don't find me. I promise not to look back. If you need, I'll write you letters telling you it's so much better than this. When I close my eyes and maybe all of the screams will leave me alone, here with myself to deal with. Nobody even mentioned my name, but someday the screams will silence again. Don't you know that I'm not that girl anymore? And I can't be the savior all the time. Don't you Thank you so much. And let's see, would love to see that video. Oh, David Buskin is awesome. Yes, I am very excited about the video. If you're not busy Saturday night, come join us and sing. Thank you. You guys are making my heart swell. Great song. Where can I download it? Just go to marcygeller.com. You're on marcygeller.com already. Go to store. And that song was off of Here on the Edge. And you can download it right there or get the whole album. There's a whole bunch of holiday deals going on. Love you guys. I will see you next week. Thank you for sharing this time with me.